Hey, how's it going? Anthony Schultz here from Gold Coast IELTS, where I help you absolutely destroy the written section of the IELTS exam. So a major problem that tons of people have when they do the task 2 is that they cannot find great ideas to write about. And also that means they cannot get that nice flow of ideas through the body paragraphs. So today I'm going to introduce a nice, easy solution to this problem, something called critical thinking, which is something a lot of people out there know nothing about, but it's perfect for the body paragraphs of your task 2. And if you do get value from this video, hit like, smash subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my latest videos. Okay, let's get started with critical thinking. So firstly, what on earth is critical thinking? This is a way of thinking about problems, analyzing and evaluating the problems to get a solution. So the real definition is right here. Let's read it. The objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to find a solution. This is the meaning of critical thinking. So the issue right here means the problem that the IELTS Task 2 question is giving you. A lot of people don't critically analyze this question, and to be honest, they end up writing a load of rubbish in their B1 and B2 paragraphs. So critical thinking is a great way to think about the problem in a really limited amount of time, come up with some great ideas that flow nicely together, and then write them down in that body paragraph. So in order to critically think about an IELTS Task 2 question, all we need to do is read it, understand it, and then ask ourselves some questions. So there are 5 questions I usually teach my students to ask themselves when they are critically analyzing an IELTS Task 2 question. Let's take a look at them now. So the first one is, what is a new example of something? The second one is, what would happen if? The third one is, how does something affect something? Number 4, how does that relate to the problem? And number 5, do we need to consider another point of view? So understanding that task 2 question and then finding answers to these 5 questions is a great way to critically analyze the question. Let's do some critical thinking in practice for the IELTS exam. So here's a really nice common IELTS question for a task 2. Let's read it. The first car appeared on British roads in 1888. By the year 2000, there may be as many as 29 million vehicles on British roads. Alternative forms of transport should be encouraged, and international laws introduced to control car ownership and use. To what extent do you agree or disagree? What we need to do now is modify those 5 questions so that they reflect this IELTS Task 2 task question. So I modified them like this. So the purple part is relating directly to that question about cars on British roads. Let's take a look. First one, what is a new example of an alternative form of transport? 2, what would happen if we switched to this alternative? How do electric cars affect the environment? 4, how does that relate to controlling car ownership? 5, do we need to consider carpooling or public transport? So these are my answers to those questions. So what is a new example of an alternative form of transport? I came up with electric cars. What would happen if we switched to this alternative? So CO2 would reduce, a new industry would be created, and probably commuting time would be eliminated because you could work inside your car while you're traveling to work. How do electric cars affect the environment, the economy, or productivity? Well, people could work while they commute, so this would really have a big impact on productivity. So how does that relate to controlling car ownership? I think it probably would not end up in a big decrease in car ownership, but there would be some other benefits. So do we need to consider carpooling or public transport? Yes, these would probably be more effective at reducing car numbers. So this is only the beginning of the critical thinking analysis of the question. The next step after this is to come up with a beautiful plan for the body paragraph that reflects the answers of those 5 questions. And we'll do that in the next video. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget, if you like the video, hit like, smash subscribe, and also hit that notification bell.